Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. We're jumping right into something that's basically taking over the internet, literally overnight. Artificial intelligence. I mean, it feels like just yesterday AI was something you only saw in a sci-fi movie, right? Now it's everywhere. People are arguing about it, getting excited about it, trying to figure it out. It's a huge deal. But here's the big question we need to answer today. Is AI a blessing or a tool? Is it this magical blessing that's going to just swoop in and miraculously fix all our problems? Or is it just a really, really effective everyday tool? One that needs a bit of instruction and discipline to actually use well? By the time we finish up here, we're going to have a crystal clear understanding of what AI actually is, how you can use it to powerfully supercharge your productivity, and, super importantly, how to stay completely safe while you're doing it. So let me ask you something. Have you heard of ChatGPT, Gemini, or Microsoft Copilot? Honestly, I'm guessing your answer is a big, resounding yes. I mean, how could you not? These names have infiltrated absolutely every part of our modern lives right now. You turn on the evening news, they're talking about it. You're grabbing coffee, someone at the next table is debating their merits. You might even be using one of them right now for a work project or a school assignment. But there's a really big difference between just hearing about these platforms and actually understanding how they function under the hood. That's exactly the gap we're going to close today. Okay, let's dive into this by doing a little mental exercise. Think about the normal, familiar, everyday tools we're all used to. Things like a calculator, a standard keyboard, maybe an old-school printed dictionary. You know exactly what these do, right? It's a simple, predictable relationship. You punch in a math problem, you get a number. You look up a word, you get a definition. Input, output. Very straightforward. But AI tools, things like modern chatbots and writing assistants, wow. This represents a massive digital evolution. We're talking a complete paradigm shift. These new systems, they don't just hand you a static pre-programmed answer. They actually generate things. They suggest. They interact dynamically based on whatever context you give them. Identifying this line between a traditional tool that just follows basic orders and an AI tool that creates something totally new, well, that's our very first big step toward mastering this technology. Now, you might be thinking this all sounds super futuristic, but actually, artificial intelligence is not just some distant science fiction concept locked away in a futuristic laboratory somewhere. It's already here. In fact, it's been quietly humming along in the background of your everyday life for years. Think about it. Have you ever sent a text message and your phone instantly suggests the next word through autocorrect? Even when it hilariously fails and suggests the completely wrong word, that is AI right there, trying to predict human language. Or what about when you fall down a multi-hour rabbit hole of YouTube recommendations because they are just perfectly tailored to your exact niche interests? That's AI. Ever used a photo filter to instantly fix the lighting and background on a selfie? Yep, you are already an active AI user. It's seamlessly woven right into the fabric of our daily digital routines. So let's get a solid working definition on the board so we're all on the same page. What are we actually talking about here? Artificial intelligence basically refers to digital tools or systems that can perform tasks that normally require human intelligence. We're talking about things like taking a massive 20-page article and summarizing it in seconds, or generating completely fresh, creative ideas when you're staring at a blank page project, or translating complex languages in real time, even instantly recognizing distinct objects in a photograph. But and this is absolutely crucial to understand, while these systems mimic human tasks amazingly well, they're ultimately just programmed digital systems identifying patterns in data. An AI understands the statistical probability of which words should follow other words, but it doesn't actually understand the meaning of those words. There's no feeling, no personal experiences, and they certainly don't possess actual human wisdom. At the end of the day, they are incredibly sophisticated tools. Nothing more, nothing less. Section 1. The big players, exploring popular AI platforms. Let's transition from the theory of what AI is into the practical reality of what AI actually looks like today. And this brilliantly illustrates the big players you really need to know about and exactly how they differ from one another in the real world. Let's walk through this together. First up on the list, we have ChatGPT. Its standout feature? It acts as a conversational chatbot and offers some seriously robust writing help. In everyday life, this is the tool you turn to when you need a brainstorming partner. Say you're stuck on a really difficult email, you can literally ask it to draft 3 different versions for you. Or if you need a complex topic explained simply, it's like having a tireless tutor available 24/7. Next, we have Gemini. This one functions as an AI assistant, but it's heavily integrated with search. Because it has that massive search engine backbone, its main superpower is helping you research highly complex, up-to-the-minute topics, and then synthesizing all that scattered research into clear, readable text. Then there's Microsoft Copilot. Think of this as your ultimate productivity assistant. The cool thing here is that instead of having to open up a separate website, Copilot lives right inside the Office tools you probably already use. It's sitting right there, ready to instantly summarize long, painful email threads or whip up meeting notes on the fly. And finally, let's step completely away from just text. Enter Canva AI. This platform provides brilliant design and content support. It helps you create incredible posters, social media posts, and visual designs, and you don't even need a master's degree in graphic arts to pull it off. Seeing these options laid out side by side, it really hits home that AI isn't just one monolithic thing. It is an incredibly diverse toolkit designed for a massive variety of everyday tasks.
Section 2. The balancing act. Blessing or curse? Now that we know what the tools actually are, it's time for the balancing act. Let's weigh those incredible advantages against the very real risks. On the blessing side, the productivity boost is undeniably huge. I mean, we are talking about much faster writing, instant idea generation to finally conquer writer's block, seamless translation across borders, rapid summarizing of massive documents, and highly personalized learning support. Honestly, using it can make you feel like you have absolute superpowers. But the curse side is equally potent, and we really have to respect it. AI can absolutely feed you outdated or just completely wrong information. In the tech world, they call this an AI hallucination, which is just a polite way of saying the AI will sometimes confidently make things up and flat out lie to you. There's also the risk of overdependence, where you just stop exercising your own problem-solving muscles entirely. Plus, there are serious concerns about accidental plagiarism and massive privacy risks if you share the wrong data. And perhaps the most subtle curse of all, the lack of a personal voice. If you rely too heavily on these systems, your work stops sounding like you. It just starts sounding generic and robotic.
Which brings us to a major danger zone. Never, ever blindly copy an AI answer without checking it first. Seriously, if you ask an AI a question and just copy-paste whatever it spits out directly into your work, you are playing a very dangerous game. Remember those hallucinations we just talked about? Well, because of those, the AI might sound incredibly authoritative. It'll sound confident, professional, and totally put together, while being 100% factually wrong. Checking an AI's work isn't just a good idea, it is a mandatory practice. It's basically the modern digital equivalent of looking both ways before you cross the street. If you fail to verify the accuracy, the originality, and the appropriateness of an AI output, you are guaranteed to undermine your own credibility at some point.
Section 3. Rules of responsible AI. Keeping the human element. So how do we actually avoid all those dangers? We establish clear boundaries. So the crucial point here is this responsible AI use checklist. Let's break this down step by step because it's so important. First and absolutely foremost, do not share passwords, addresses, sensitive personal details, or private documents. Now, why do people accidentally do this all the time? Well, because chatbots are programmed to sound incredibly conversational and friendly. It is so easy to forget that you're interacting with a massive corporate server and not a trusted friend. Once you put your data into a public AI, you lose control of it. Protect your privacy. Second rule, always check if the AI's answers are correct, complete, and respectful. Ultimately, you are the final fact checker. Third, revise that AI-generated text so it actually fits your specific situation and sounds like a real human being wrote it. And finally, practice honesty. Give credit or acknowledge the AI's help whenever it's required by your workplace or your school. If you stick to this checklist, it'll be your ultimate shield against the potential pitfalls of AI.
I love this quote because it really captures the entire core philosophy of our explainer today. Use AI as a helper, not as a replacement for your own thinking. Think of artificial intelligence as your incredibly fast, well-read, highly capable co-pilot. It is fantastic at navigating, it can suggest faster routes, and it can read the map instantly. But make absolutely no mistake, you are the driver. Your hands must remain firmly on the steering wheel at all times. Your critical thinking, your judgment, and your unique human perspective, those are the only things that can actually drive the vehicle forward.
Section 4. Real-world test. Shomo Gaguin Ko.
All right, let's get some energy going here. It is time to take all this fantastic theory and actually put it into action. Let's bring this into a highly relatable, real-world scenario using a concept called SHOMO, Gagawinko, which translates to Show Me, I'll Do It. The task, drafting a job application letter. Imagine you are trying to land a new competitive job. We all know writing an application letter from scratch can be deeply intimidating, right? We've all felt that visceral anxiety of staring at a blinking cursor on a blank white page, wondering how on earth to even start. This is the absolute perfect scenario to use AI. Use it as your trusty assistant to break the ice, organize your scattered ideas, improve your grammar, and dial in that professional tone.
Let's move to the steps and see how this builds a complete, responsible process. Step 1. Choose a specific job you want to apply for. This step is absolutely vital because before you ever open up an AI tool, you need a highly specific goal. If you give the AI vague instructions, guess what? You'll get a vague, useless letter back. Step 2. Draft a letter with an AI prompt, giving it clear context about the role. Step 3. Review that output for accuracy and tone. Step 4. Revise and personalize it safely. And finally, Step 5. Save the document with your surname and submit it. This 5-step workflow perfectly blends the incredible efficiency of AI with the essential authenticity of human oversight.
Now, I want to pause here and focus deeply on step number 3, reviewing. When the AI spits out that very first draft of your application letter, your job hasn't ended. Actually, it's just begun. You have to analyze that text critically. Is the tone right? Is it too casual? Or, as is super common with AI, is it ridiculously overly formal? Without a human review, you might accidentally send a cover letter that says something totally bizarre like, "Greetings, esteemed corporate entity. I am bursting with unprecedented synergy for your open role." I mean, nobody actually talks like that in real life, right? Checking the output for natural politeness and authentic style is arguably the most critical part of this entire process, purely because it prevents you from sounding like a robot to your future employer.
And as you move from reviewing into actually revising the letter, I have to jump in and reinforce our major safety warning. You must revise using your own information, but absolutely without exposing any sensitive data. When you tell the AI to fix a paragraph for you, never, ever type in your actual home address. Do not include your real phone numbers, passwords, or highly sensitive financial details in the prompt. You let the AI build the generic template, but you fill in the private blanks yourself, completely offline in your own secure document. Let's keep those personal details safe.
Well, we have covered a tremendous amount of ground today. We started by revealing the quiet presence of everyday AI, algorithms that are already running in the background of our phones. Then we shifted to understanding the massive paradigm change of generative chatbots. And finally, we mastered the co-pilot approach for tackling real-world tasks like job applications safely. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one final powerful reflection question. Think about how you interact with technology today. Are you using AI as a helper or as a replacement for your own thinking? By applying the structured steps and the safety rules we've walked through today, you are fully empowered to use these incredible tools to boost your productivity without ever losing your unique human voice. Keep learning, stay curious, and always, always stay in the driver's seat. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.